Hey, so the Morbius video was kind of a lot. So to balance out how terrible it was, let's talk about two actually good movies I also saw in the month of April. One of them was Everything Everywhere All at Once, the new movie from the Daniels. Now this was a film that my good pal William, aka Space Tree Studios, showed me the trailer for, and I was instantly hooked. It looked crazy and weird and lots of fun. Plus it was produced by A24, and I've come to expect great things from them. Even the stuff I'm not as super into from them, I can at least appreciate on some level. Now personally, while I can't call Everything Everywhere All at Once the greatest movie ever made like so many others, I still enjoyed it quite a bit. The acting was fantastic from every single actor. Sure, some scenes were stronger than others, but there was a ton of genuine passion from everyone involved. The visuals were fun and creative, the music was very good, and even synced up with a lot of the action, which is something that always gets me excited. I will say though, some of the writing was a little much for me. This movie clearly lives up to its title by dealing with a shit ton of themes and allegories and story beats, and it kinda becomes exhausting after a while. Yes, it's clearly all intentional, but that still leads to the film being slightly messy. I commend the film for trying its damnedest to be simple enough to follow, and in all honesty it could have been a lot worse, but it still suffers from similar tropes as these new Marvel movies. I was at my most bored when the movie had to stop and explain the multiverse to the main character so then the audience could understand, but ironically, I still had trouble following what was even happening. Once the movie gave up and just had crazy shit happening in order for the crazy characters to grasp their other skills, I still didn't understand what was going on, but I was at least having fun. I could totally accept the fact that these characters have to do strange tasks in order to hone different skills from different universes. I didn't need it explained to me 5 different times, I just wanted to see crazy shit. I also felt the ending was paced pretty badly. It felt like it went on for 3 hours and I was already exhausted by everything the movie had done already, so I was kind of wanting it to end already. Like, I get it guys, the two characters who didn't get along are now getting along. You don't have to stretch it out another 20 minutes, just get to the fucking end already. The movie could also be a bit on the nose at points with its themes, and it kinda undermined a lot what it was going for. And this is gonna definitely make me seem like such a pretentious asshole, but some of the comedy was a little much for me. Some of the absurdist humor kinda distracted from some of the emotional bits, and that's never really a good thing. I genuinely felt like some jokes were tailor-made for a reaction from the audience, and those always annoy me to some degree. But with all that said, I still really love this movie a ton. Even when the comedy felt a little forced, some of those jokes still got a laugh out of me. There's a scene involving a phallic-looking trophy that is easily in my top favorite theater-going experiences since that left the audience rolling on the floor. A lot of the action was fantastic and fun to watch, a lot of the themes and messages were explored in interesting and unique ways. I like the fact that it didn't waste any concepts or characters for that matter. Everything played a part. I just wish it was paced a little better. Then I would probably sing this movie's praises a lot more like most people. As is, I still loved it a lot and consider it the best movie I've seen so far this year. It's a crazy fun movie with a lot to offer, and I feel anyone can get something out of this, even if not everything works for you. Also yes, no shit this is gonna be better than Doctor Strange 2, but that's only because Marvel isn't concerned with themes and filmmaking, they're more concerned with mindless entertainment. In any case, the Russos still produced this film, so Marvel wins in the end anyway. There is no escape from Disney's grasp on entertainment. Anyway, 8 out of 10, make a Raccacoonie movie. Another movie I saw this month was Sonic 2. I actually enjoyed the first Sonic movie a lot when it first came out, and after rewatching it, I gotta say, I still really like it. It's a fun and simple kids movie with its heart in the right place, and at worst, it's harmless and inoffensive. With that said, this new movie is actually a little better. It's much crazier and more faithful to Sonic as a concept. Jim Carrey was a ton of fun, Knuckles was pretty cool, Tails didn't annoy me, the returning human characters were actually still pretty fun and likable. There's a wedding subplot that actually isn't terrible and leads to one of the most fun detours I've ever seen in a movie. I was expecting this movie to be pretty dumb, and yeah, it still suffers from the typical kids movies cliches that the first movie suffered from. But much like the first movie, it tries to work with the Force shit as best as it can. For example, Agent Stone could have been a lame one-off character, but the movies actually take advantage and make him a fun person to have around. Outside of Smithers, he's my second favorite gay assistant to a rich evil genius. I did find Idris Elba to be a tad distracting as Knuckles. Some of the lip movements didn't line up well, and I was afraid he was just going to be another Thor where the joke is that he's a big lunkhead who doesn't understand Earth culture. Luckily they didn't fall into the same trap and actually made Knuckles a lot of fun, and Elba's voice acting did get better as the movie went along. This is also a very long movie, only about 15 minutes shorter than Everything Everywhere All at Once, but its pacing is surprisingly better. better. Like, I was never bored by anything in Sonic 2. I could definitely tell when a scene was going on for longer than it should have, but I was always entertained by whatever was going on, whether Carrie as Robotnik, the action, the absurdity of the wedding payoff. Seriously, that wedding subplot did not at all go where I was expecting it to go. It's actually really fun. Even as someone who's not a massive Sonic nut, I was still having fun with the movie and I would happily watch it again. Now obviously, Everything Everywhere All at Once is a much better film in, well, every way possible, but I still wanted to mention just how surprised I was with Sonic 2 and how much fun I had with it. It's clearly not for everyone, and there are definitely going to be people who probably hate it, but when all is said and done, what's important is whether I found it entertaining or not. And I most certainly did. If you liked the first movie, you'll definitely love this. And if you didn't, or you're not much of a Sonic fan, it's not the worst thing you'll see this year, so I would still recommend it. Well, that about does it for good movies I watched in April. It feels good to criticize movies while still coming to the conclusion that I enjoyed them. Anyway, I'm sure the next movie I would make a video on will be dog shit, so thanks for watching, and always remember, Shadow's gonna be in Sonic 3, baby!